Holy
Okay, so we're back at it with Legend of Korra, and we're diving into book 3, season 3. And this is gonna be episode 10, which is Long Live the Queen.
Boo.
Yeah.
You have to let me out! The Earth Queen is in danger from a group of terrorists calling themselves the Red Lotus. He's insane!
You sound
Reading
insane.
about terrorists in the spirit world. You're the one who sounds insane.
Exactly. Fortunately, I have no credibility with them.
Do I have to be chained to the floor the whole way? It's going to be so uncomfortable. Can't you just chain me to that railing? Where am I gonna go?
Flirt with him a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
As long as you're chained up.
Oh, the pouty lips. Smart. Okay.
Well done,
Now, how are you getting
Asami.
out of it?
Can I have some water?
No water. We're also not going to bring you any rocks or fire, so don't ask. I guess there's air, but there's nothing we can do about that. Compartment till we reach Ba Sing Se.
Yeah. Can I just have some fire, please?
I wonder if they were okay.
Not exactly.
If you think holding us hostage will give you some leverage to use against the Avatar, you're gonna be very disappointed.
Look, all you need to know is that the world is about to change for the better.
So you guys were like locked up for 15 years, huh? That must have been like crazy boring.
Actually, it was only 13 years, but it felt like 30.
I mean, what did you do with all that time? Did you sing songs, work on crafts?
Not a lot of craft supplies in a volcanic prison cell.
I must have renamed the constellations about 1,000 times. When it rained, that was a big event.
Mostly I just made up stories about the guards, who was having trouble with his girlfriend, which one secretly wished he'd become a pastry chef.
Ooh, okay, that sounds like fun. Let me try that on you guys. You were raised by an older sister. Your mustache grew in when you were 10, and I'm sensing an unspoken attraction between you two.
2 out of 3. It's not bad.
Will you stop making friends with the bad guys?
It was the mustache one. Mustache at 10.
We have to find a way out of this prison before we get to the Earth Queen.
Don't worry, I have a plan. These airships that Cabbage Corp sold to the Earth Kingdom are way cheaper than the ones Future Industries built.
Damn, Asami!
Nice. Oh, hell yeah.
Now that's just shoddy workmanship.
Badass Asami is back.
Give me 5 minutes, then start yelling for help.
When is the Avatar scheduled for delivery?
The airship already left Fort Bosco and should be arriving in a few hours. First, there are some people here who captured 2 of the Avatar's friends. They would like to present them to you personally.
And then they'd like to kill you. At least overthrow you.
Fine, send them in. Yes, I remember these 2. We'll find an acceptable home for you in prison. I'm told you have some information for me.
Your reign is over.
Where are my airbenders?
I'd be happy to tell you once you hand the Avatar over to me.
Who told you that we have the Avatar?
How I know is not important, and that could put you in a difficult position. Imprisoning the Avatar will cause the other nations to turn against you and demand her freedom. You'll be in the midst of a sticky international incident, but if you let me take her today, no one need ever know she was here, and you can get your airbenders back without interference. We both win, but she won't be bothering you again. I can assure you of that.
I find these terms agreeable. Escort them to the...
I mean, he could have had a war and he could have taken her down, because he eventually wants to anyways. But he did the diplomatic route. So here, damn. Try not to like him a little bit.
Here, something happened to my friend. She needs help.
Behind you. Nice, twirling around.
Here you go, Asami.
Mayday! Mayday!
All right, well now the ship's out of control.
I think you might have been a little over-aggressive with the airbending. Controls are busted.
Sorry, but it's not my fault this airship's a hunk of junk.
Hang on to some...
Ooh.
Ouch.
Well, they say any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. But given our location, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, even if you metal bend the propellers back into shape, we'd have to dig this whole thing out of the sand.
Is everyone all right?
Like you care. She said her friend needed help, then they knocked me out.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't let you take me to the Earth Queen as a captive.
I radioed Ba Sing Se before we went down.
If we all work together, we might be able to get the ship up and running.
This ship isn't going anywhere, and neither are you. We have our orders.
Did that sand dune just move?
Sandbender nomads. Or this is something different.
Do you want to help us get this ship up and running, or do you want to wait around and meet that thing?
We want to fix the ship.
Let's get to work.
Everybody stand back.
Like in the crash, the captain kept his toothpick.
We have to find a way out of here before Zahir gets his hands on Korra.
Take me with you. I haven't seen my wife and 5 kids in 4 years.
Oh my god.
Well, the first few months were great. I could finally get some sleep, but now I really miss them.
I know you can metal bend.
No.
Yes, you can. You've always had the ability deep down. You just haven't had the right motivation. This is your time. Get us out of here to save Korra. You can do it. Bolin! 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 Bolin!
Knock, tuck, knock, tuck.
Okay,
No, he's not gonna be able to do it.
go. Metal bending!
I can't metal bend.
Concentrate.
First you scare the life out of me, now you want to lick me.
Yep.
Pabu!
Hey! I was like, whoa, I was just saying hi.
Here, I'll chew on this and leave me alone.
Brought treats.
Even Lynn knows to bring treats.
I found Korra's Jeep. Meet me at the Misty Palms Oasis.
How's it looking in there?
I just airbent all the sand out of the engine room.
It hasn't been that clean since it floated off the showroom floor.
Kong, you want to see if you can get the engine started?
Aye, aye. All right!
Hurry! Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my god.
That's no spirit. I think it's gone for now.
Poor guy.
Another ship is on the way. We just need to hold our position for a few hours.
We might not have a few hours.
How far are we from the edge of the desert?
Too far to walk, if that's what you're thinking.
We can't just wait around for that thing to pick us off one by one.
Pretty big. I think he could get you all at once.
Maybe we can still build something to get us all out of here.
You want to make some wings out of scrap metal and flap real hard?
Yeah, she can do it.
We might have enough material to construct a makeshift sand sail, like the sandbenders use to get around. All we need is a sail and some kind of sled to attach it to.
Gather every piece of metal you can find. We'll give that sandy beast a run for his money yet.
Looks like he's in a hurry. Wait here.
We received a distress signal from the airship carrying the prisoners. We believe the ship crashed in the Siwong Desert and the Avatar may have escaped.
This is outrageous! Send another airship to retrieve the Avatar immediately.
There's no way we can track her down in the desert before the Queen gets to her.
She'll be long gone by the time they arrive.
It doesn't matter. We're through chasing her. It's time to make her come to us.
Oh crap. Okay. Diplomacy's over. And now you're screwed.
What is this riffraff doing in my throne room unannounced?
Apologies, Your Majesty, but I couldn't help overhearing that the Avatar won't be joining us today.
Eavesdropping on royal conversations will land
Punishable by death.
If you value your freedom, you'll tell me where the airbenders are, right?
That wasn't the deal.
I will not bandy words with bounty hunters. Seize these hoodlums and throw them in prison.
Oh, that was just the wrong choice.
Gun! Get back here and lay down your life for your queen, you coward!
You're not worth the sacrifice.
You wouldn't dare attack a queen!
Attacking you is not the goal. Killing you is.
I don't believe in queens.
Holy oh, that is vicious.
Freedom is just as essential as air, and without it, there is no life. There is only darkness.
Damn.
Never seen an airbender do that before.
No.
You can't be in here.
I just need to make an announcement to the entire city.
They're free.
Who do you think you are?
Minghua, please. We're here to help citizens like him, not hurt them. Can you help me? Attention, citizens of Ba Sing Se. I have an important announcement to make. Moments ago, the Earth Queen was brought down at the hands of revolutionaries, including myself. It's time for you to find your own path. No longer will you be oppressed by tyrants. Now on, you are free. I deliver Ba Sing Se back into the hands of the people.
Yeah, watch people riot.
We have to get out of here, Bolin. Come on. I know you can do it. This is your time.
You said before was my time.
I know I did, but now it's really your time.
Feel it. No.
Did you see that?
I don't think that was you.
Listen to me. I'm going to set you free, but I want to talk to you first. I have a message that I need you to take to Korra.
Meet me at the bike racks. After school.
She ain't pretty, but I think she'll do the job.
Good job, Sami. Let's go faster. Oof. Dang, he's ugly looking.
Yeah. We did it! Nope, don't speak too soon.
Ooh.
Oh, God, no. This is very bad.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Korra.
You want to buy a slightly used sand sailor?
Thanks, Asami. You've got a good head on your shoulders.
I'm sorry for getting us.
You're all still under arrest.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
You know, whatever the conflict between you and the Queen is, I'm sure it's above my pay grade. You got a tough job. Good luck, Avatar.
Hey, good job.
Captain, have we been in the desert too long, or is that really a dragon over there?
Let's go get a drink.
Yeah, Zuko. Naga.
Did you think we weren't coming back for you?
Yeah, well, I got treats. Don't worry.
Lynn is gonna be so mad at you.
Yeah, we made it out of the desert, thanks to Asami.
Do you remember Lord Zuko? I met you when you were a very young girl.
Nice.
It's good to see you again, Avatar Korra.
It's good to see you, Lord Zuko.
Thanks for ditching me back at Zaofu.
Yeah, sorry about that. But how did you all find us?
Did you find Mako and Bolin?
Some people at the inn saw them get captured by Zahir's crew. We don't know where they are.
Did you hear about the Earth Queen?
They'll be here soon enough.
The Earth Queen's reign has come to an abrupt and violent end. Ba Sing Se has descended into chaos. Rioters and looters have overrun the palace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid this is only the beginning, Dad.
Yeah, no government, no laws, nobody to enforce the laws, so just people can give in to their worst desires. And especially like when they've been oppressed for as long as like it's man. I get the idea of like, yeah, they're bad leaders and they're corrupt and they're doing a lot of harm in the world, but it's like that's why you gotta get good leaders in there. Like you still need some structure to the society. Otherwise, unfortunately, like not everyone's gonna behave well if they're not enforced.
Yeah, and the thing, I mean, his idea of total freedom, okay, like concept-wise, yeah, cool. I'm on board with the idea of us all being really free. The problem is that freedom like that does actually come with laws. Because if you're living in Ba Sing Se right now with the rioting and the looting and what I assume is going to be violence and everything else that's happening, you're not actually free. You're probably confined to your home in fear if you're not one of the looters and the rioters and the people doing violence. So the sort of like new world order that Zahir is claiming to create is not one of actual freedom for everybody. It's just total freedom for criminals, which actually winds up taking away the freedom of everybody else.
Yeah, and then just a new hierarchy will evolve and emerge. I mean, that's So, anyways, that's getting like just into too much of into the politics of Korra.
The other thing I will say though, it makes me think of Game of Thrones with Daenerys Targaryen. It's like, love the idea of breaking the wheel. Haven't seen someone do it successfully yet.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm like, all right, this is not like Game of Thrones, but there was that moment when Zahir went to go spy on the Queen and her like assistant or whatever, like figure out the whereabouts of Korra. Like just the music that was in that scene, like was just very reminiscent of Game of Thrones for me. I'm just like, oh, I'm getting vibes like that. But yeah, I mean, Zahir, he went from I'm like, oh, he's being diplomatic about this whole thing to quickly turn that around, just suck the life out of the Queen.
I mean, I've never seen an airbender do something like that. That was...
But I always thought about it. I mean, not always thought about it, but like, I was
Sorry,
like...
Can you elaborate on that? What?
But like, knocking the wind out of somebody or something like that. That's happened before. And like, if you ever had the wind knocked out of you, oh man, is it painful. So I thought about like, just the different things that people can do. Like when you think of blood bending, okay, well, there's air in people's bodies. So like, why can't like, there's, what can someone do, an airbender do with the breath in your body as well? And so we kind of like got our answer there.
Yes, we very much did. And like the detail in the animation of like her eyes and the blood vessels and I mean like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'll give Zahir the little shred of credit that he at least tries the diplomatic route first, but like he's not actually trying for diplomacy. He's just biding his time until he can kill people. So like while he feels like an evolution from like the likes of Unalaq, who was just shady as shit from the get-go in a lot of ways. He doesn't play his cards up front like Unalaq does, but he is still really just as bad. He's more palatable about it, but he's not any better.
He is so much better than Unalaq. Unalaq was willing to like sacrifice and kill his own kid. At least this guy, at least here, he didn't want the radio announcer or whatever to like be hurt. Like when the waterbender chick like threw him up. He's like, hey, like this is the people that we're trying to help or whatever. It's not like he's willing to kill. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on who he'd be willing to sacrifice and who he'd be willing to kill to get what he ultimately wants. But like, I feel like Unalaq like wouldn't worry about that person. Unalaq would just kill whoever. It didn't matter. Like, everyone was beneath him.
I'm
Unalaq
not
was
sure
the
that,
worst.
I hate Unalaq, but I think you bring up a good point in terms of like the announcer and whatnot. I think where I was coming from was the idea of like this new world order under my purview because I know better than everyone. In that world, Unalaq was a bit more brash about it. He didn't play politics as well as Zahir, but like that foundation between the two seemed to be, if not the same, very similar. It's the whole, I know better than you. I should control the world because I'll do a better job than everyone else. Under my instruction, it's going to be the way it should be because I'm smarter than everyone.
Well, I don't know. I push back a little bit on that. Zahir doesn't, I don't think, want to rule the world. He just wants to have the world rule itself. Like, I don't think he's trying to be in charge. Like, that's why I didn't say like his name or whatever. And he's not trying to like, he said he doesn't want to take over the Earth Kingdom. He lets everyone free. He just wants to take down all the leaders and then.
I'm not saying that Zahir wants to be king, but I'm saying the idea of I know how best the world should be run.
My philosophy, okay.
And I'm going to make it happen because I'm smarter than everyone and I know best for everyone. Like that thing is. Unalaq was, and this is where I can agree with you in terms of like Unalaq being worse, was like his whole thing was all about himself.
Yeah, he wanted the ultimate power. And
he wants to be king. Whereas Zahir,
there should be no kings.
It's like it's all about him and it's not about him at the same time. Like he's got a little bit more duality, which makes him a little more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks that his, like, I agree with what you're saying. Like, he thinks that his philosophy is the right way and is the only way, and therefore, you know, is willing to do whatever it takes to, like, to get that. But different from Unalaq as far as like, you know, he just doesn't want to be the one. He's not doing it just for power's sake and for his like, his power and his own sort of ego like Unalaq was.
At least we don't think so. I mean, they are a crime syndicate, those four.
Yeah.
This new world order that Zahir wants to create is one in which they will likely thrive because it's one where criminals will thrive. Well, so just because he hasn't like put himself at top yet doesn't necessarily mean that that's not in the cards coming down the pipeline.
One person's crime syndicate is another person's rebels. You know, it's just how you market yourself. And so they could be, you know, I mean, they could be like our rebels group. You know, all they need is a little droid like Chopper, and you know they can go ahead.
No.
Chopper would totally be with Zahir and all of them. I mean, he is just as savage as that. Like. Chopper would have told Zahir to suck the air out. He's like, you know what you should do?
Chopper probably would have killed the radio transmitter person.
Yeah,
too.
Definitely would have.
So, yeah.
But anyways,
we digress.
We digress. So I have thought that Bolin is going to metal bend at the right time. I know Mako wanted that to be the right time. I'm just like, no, I'm like, the stakes aren't high enough. It's got to be like life or death if I don't move this metal door in front of what was the girl name that he fell in love with that went to the airbenders? Opal. I think it's be something like that. Like he's got to save Opal's life in order to do that. Or you know, Mako's.
He has to really be nut tuck and save the girl.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gotta be something like that. Like the only thing to do it is if metal bends. And it's gonna be like, you know, split second decision, not thinking about it, just feeling it, and like he wants it too much, and so he's blocking himself.
Well, yes and no. Like part of my thinking as I was watching that with Mako being like, now is the moment. I'm like, I had a similar thought to yours. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen this time. But the reason I thought about it was like, if now is the moment, Bolin would have been practicing metal bending the whole time they were in there. Like if he was determined to do it truly, and if he believed that he possibly could, they had time in that cell where they were just doing nothing. I mean, Mako burned through an entire metal pipe. Bolin's just sitting back there chilling. Like if Bolin really believed that he could, he'd have been practicing the metal bending while they were there.
That's true. That's a good point. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel. And if you want to continue your support, then you can go ahead and check out our YouTube membership. Hit the little join button down below. You'll get early access that way.
Yeah.
You can also see our full watch along reactions and get early ad-free access over on Patreon. Links in the description of the video.
Yep.
Thanks for watching The Legend of Korra with us, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.